you're having a great day. This is my 2023 Ford Transit Trail. Going into this, I had to make a decision on whether I wanted to get a van that was already built out, like the Revel 44E, but we're looking at $210,292, and that's a starting price. Where I could get a Ford Transit Trail for $75,821.67 out the door with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, but not built out in the interior. So I had to make the decision: was I going to spend the $210,000 on a van built out, or was I going to build it out myself? The build out was going to cost me $23,000 and change from start to finish. This would put me $111,000 under budget. So I made a decision. Now, I wasn't a van builder, never built out a van, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so I figured I could pull it off. So I started doing tons of research and ordering all the things that I would need to do the build out for this van. And even buying all the best stuff for this van, I was still saving $111,000. This is what I was able to get with the extra money. A 2024 Polaris Expedition, a KTM dirt bike 2024, a KTM 1290R Super Adventure 2024, and a BMW 1600 2020 model. So I made the decision, I think I'll take this and I'll build it out myself. I laid down the first sheet of foam, put in some plywood. I decided to go with 80/20 for the interior build out. I did use 4 100 amp hour lithium batteries. I also put a jump seat in the back. I put in 3 DC to DC chargers so I could regulate the power at idle coming from the 250 amp alternator. Now this toilet right here is the best toilet I've ever seen. And I put a whole salmon fish in there at the start of the build, and it's still in there. Still no smell. I put in some turret windows and built out the back with a sink, some water tanks underneath. Made an enclosure for the toilet. Used this AC that is very efficient. It's like a mini split. 6,000 BTU air conditioner heat pump. Lined all the interior with foil and then put insulation. Did my own panels for the headliner. I'm 5'11" and I can walk around in the van without hitting my head. Put lighting up inside. Just use wood panels over the side. Put a wood cabinet in the back so I could put a microwave because I didn't want it on the side where I'd hit my head. Had a fold up table on the side of the sink made out of hickory. Cut out of a tree I got off my property and used my sawmill to saw down. And then I made the table in the back out of 2 pieces of hickory. Here's an example of how the jump seat folds down very quickly and easily. This is the refrigerator I went with. It opens both ways. Excellent refrigerator. And I can set it behind the front seats, access it from the front, or slide it to the very back if someone's going to use the jump seat. Also installed 110 and 12 volt power behind the driver's seat and in the rear for the refrigerator. Here's the folding table. Turning the couch into a bed. Pretty easy. Just takes a couple minutes. All the cushions were made out of suede. I got those done in hickory, right across from the Hickory Racetrack by Clay Fleming at the upholstery shop. This is how I access the inverter unit. It's got a 3,000 watt inverter. It's got a Turbo 440 charger that charges all the batteries individually. And here's a view of the window covers and the interior. And this is everything that I needed. You can sleep up to 6 foot, side to side in the bed and still be comfortable. And I love these magnetic window covers. Got them from Van Essentials. It's got an Insta-Hot hot water heater. Here's a shot of the front seats with the window cover in. Here's the front switches. Finding the plugs for those was a nightmare because Ford decided to hide them in 2 separate wiring harnesses. There's the breaker for the 250 amp alternator going to the rear. Put a radar detector and then video front and back. Installed a shunt so I could get the amp draw. Put that push bar on, that was quite a feat. Installed a PA system with an electric air horn. Here's a video of the toilet in action. It's got a little 12-volt battery in it. You get about 15 flushes out of each cartridge. You don't smell anything, and the nice thing is it's super lightweight, so if you wanted to take it out and bring it into a cabin and use it there, you can, and when you're done, everything's encased in Mylar, and then you have a plastic bag in there, and you just throw that away and put a new cartridge in. Here's a video of the shore power. I put it in the very back with the trailer head so it'd look clean and right in the back. Took the van to Tennessee for the first trip. Van has plenty of power with the twin turbo pulling a trailer. I was concerned about having rattles in the van, but I had no rattles. Everything was quiet. I built the van out with everything that I thought I would need on the road. Having the little air conditioner in the back is great. I did not want a big AC on top. I wanted nothing on the top. I wanted the van to look totally stock from the outside. That was one of my criterias. The van does have a fold-out shower pan and shower curtain that you can hang up inside the van. It's got a 20-foot hose that comes off the sink faucet. And, of course, it's got the Insta-Hot hot water heater, and you can just drain the water outside the van. Sorry I didn't show that. I just forgot to do that part of the video. One of the hardest parts of this build was trying to find the wires from the 4 switches inside the dash that were behind the glove box in the dash. That was a nightmare. They put 2 in one part of the harness, 2 in the other. Thank God there was a guy on YouTube that explained where they were. Still took me all day. The other hardest part was getting those sensors moved out and set correctly. Why Ford doesn't make an adapter for that, because they know people are going to push bars, I don't know. So the 2 hardest things about this build were because of Ford not making it easy for their customers. But other than that, Ford hit it out of the park with this Ford Transit Trail, because it is an awesome machine with a ton of power for pulling a trailer and getting up mountains. You won't be disappointed with the power of the twin turbo motor and the all-wheel drive in this vehicle. I previously had the Sprinter turbo 4-cylinder and it just didn't have the power. Here's some video of the under the step lighting I put, just some LED lighting, so at night you had some lighting there. Another criteria in building the van was I didn't want to add a lot of weight to the van. I know people who have built out vans that have added 2,500 pounds to the build out. Now it's like towing a car behind you. I went really lightweight on everything I could. 1/4 inch birch, the flooring, anything I could think of. I tried to make it as light as possible. You know, I did go with the aluminum 80/20. It's not the lightest, but it really looks good, and it is fairly light. With everything I added to the van, I added 928 pounds of weight. The heaviest things I added to the van were the push bar, the fold down seat, the 80/20 build out, and of course the batteries. Well, I hope this video helps you decide on whatever direction you may be going, whether you're just doing a build out on a van, or you're looking to buy a Ford Transit, or you're looking for a van that's built out. Maybe this will give you some ideas. With the little bit of change I had left over, I was able to buy a Rev G50 amp to record all the music for this video. Let me take you out with some blues.